BJ said, I was driving up a remote mountain road around midnight, looking where to pull over, and a huge 8-foot tall something dark ran across the road in front of me. I kept driving further. Oh my gosh, BJ saw Bigfoot. BJ, you saw Bigfoot. Alicia sent the blue and orange hearts. Brody said, yeah, camping with Steve, loves them. Charles said, hi everyone, hope everyone is having a great day. Nature Dog Realm said, I lived in the Pine Barn a few times in my life, Bomber Lake, but I grew up in Monmouth County and also lived in Ocean County at times also. Ah, so you're near Connie then, NDR. Alicia said, Bigfoot, yeah. I think BJ saw Bigfoot. It was here in Washington State. Likely was because bears are not that tall here. Charles said, Harry Henderson, it sounds like BJ. Harry Henderson, isn't that funny movie that has the Bigfoot in it? He's like a goofy, funny, happy-go-lucky Bigfoot. What's the name of that movie? Is it called Harry Henderson? Brody said, I've seen stuff in the boonies in South Jersey, LOL. How many of you have seen Bigfoot? Should that be the poll? Are we about to switch it? I think that's a much funnier poll. Pine Barren, sorry, the mic stinks. Oh, no problem. It would be my luck it was Harry Henderson. Connie said, yes, it is, Steven. I think I saw the South Jersey Devil, Harry and the Hendersons. I remember that movie. That's a funny movie. Something strange in the woods, spooky. All right, let me switch to poll. I think it's worthy of its own poll. It's much funnier than camping too. All right, have you ever seen Bigfoot? We're not even gonna ask if you think Bigfoot is real. We're just gonna ask if you've seen him before. Yes, no, or maybe. Because some people could probably be like, I'm not sure what I saw, but it could have been Bigfoot. NDR said Apollo and Layla are beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Husky Dog said Yogi Bear. That gives me an idea for the next poll. Favorite Hanna-Barbera cartoon? Let's invite everyone to come and join us. Tell us what you have been seen in the woods that scared you. Well, when I was camping once, we were terrified of this big creaking sound. We thought it was a wolf or something large, a mountain lion, a bear. We thought something was stalking us. And then we turned on the lights and it was just a deer just grazing. We were like, oh, that's much better. Okay, NDR is actually Chris, so I got that. I'll call you Chris from now on. Brody said, I totally believe Bigfoot type animal is real from what my friend told me for what they saw in Washington State as a park ranger. Ruth said, big feet, not Bigfoot. When you are by yourself up in the woods sleeping outside, you hear all kinds of strange noises. Yeah, your mind really plays tricks on you, right? There's thermal Bigfoots all over South Georgia. Charles, isn't that the skunk ape? There actually used to be such a funny show on Animal Planet called like Finding Bigfoot. I used to love that show when I was growing up. They used to go to different locations and they'd just make these calls and they'd always almost find it, but they'd never actually find it. I remember the Jersey Devil stories. And Mortua said, can I pet that dog? You most certainly could if you were here. Although it's difficult to pet through the screen, so I'll pet Layla for you. Alicia said, not your mind. Hearing is super say. Bigfoot is the most believable of mythical creatures. Well, to be honest, I feel like a lot of these mythical things, they were probably once real or something similar to it existed and then they got how do I say this? How do you say that word? Dramatized, and when they were like told stories of legends, they got like more and more mutated into monsters versus like a real animal. So I mean, even gorillas today, if throughout history, if someone who was living in the year 1000 came across a gorilla, I think that would basically be Bigfoot. BJ said, or no, Brody said cryptids too. The female Bigfoot Dawn here can be found in the local bars in Georgia, Stephen. Dramatist. No, that's not how you say it. Dramatized? Oh, is that how you say it? Wow, I'm a fool. What about UFOs? Oh, Alicia, UFOs are definitely real. They have to be. There's no way we're the only life in the universe. No way. BJ said if you saw how tall, dark, and massive that thing that ran in front of my headlights, you would get an adrenaline rush. Have you guys ever heard Bob Lazar talk about his story of working on UFOs? If you haven't, that is a wonderful rabbit hole to go down. 1 like away from hitting 30 already? Let's go. I think UFOs use ocean to travel. I've seen the talk about that a lot more and more recently, Brody. The bases are in the oceans. Jamal is in the chat. Oh, he said, bro, my like isn't registering. Oh, no. Jamal, maybe just try a refresh. I feel like sometimes that helps people. But I still appreciate you being in the stream. BJ said a lot of UFO and Bigfoot sightings in Washington State because it is so big and Cascade Mountains. We don't speak proper English around these parts anyways, said Charles. Connie, you've listened to Bob Lazar. Isn't his story wild? Where did he work? Los Alamos. And then he got fired because they were like tracking him and his wife was cheating on him. And that you couldn't work there if you were like emotionally unstable. So they fired him and then he told his story to the world. They tried to say he never worked there, but he's in the records of working there. It's a really wild story. It's all on a Joe Rogan podcast from like a couple years ago. Definitely give it a listen. It's really good. Area 51? That's in like Arizona, right? Jamal said, I live in Mississippi, bro. Ain't no UFOs around here.